Hello everyone, this is just a video about, like how I got into 30 Seconds to Mars and like what they mean to me. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, so, starting with how I got into them, I heard The Kill on the radio about 4 years ago, and, I didn't really, I liked the song, but I never bothered to figure out, like, who 30 Seconds to Mars were as a band. I just kind of let it be. And I watched the video, and I remember thinking that, like, they were attractive, and it was a really cool concept, but I still never looked into it. Like, I don't know, I based a lot of my opinions off of other people back then, because I was 14, and, I didn't hear any other songs on the radio, and no one really talked about them, so I kind of just let them be. And, but 2 years later, I, randomly remembered The Kill, and I was like, oh, I want that on my iPod. So, my dad bought A Beautiful Lie CD, off iTunes for my iPod, and, I listened to From Yesterday because I had heard it before, but other than that I didn't listen to anything else, because again, I was like, well, they're probably just those are probably like the only 2 good songs, so like I didn't bother listening to anything else. From Yesterday was a song that was there for me when I went through a really rough time, around that, when I was 16. And even though because of that, I don't listen to From Yesterday that much, and I still can't listen to it that much because of what happened. Basically, I got my heart broken for the first time, and my uncle that I was really close with passed away, and I wasn't really given the opportunity to mourn over him, and I was just kind of pushed back into reality, and his death, it was unexpected, and I never got to really say goodbye and tell him how much he meant to me. So, and also, when he passed away, I felt like he was underappreciated and kind of ignored and forgotten, and that really hurt. So, From Yesterday was just, the song I had on repeat even before all that stuff happened, and it was there for me through all that stuff, but because of all of that, I really can't listen to it that much, even though it's a good song. But yeah, that's kind of my background with that song. But then I still listened to Echelon. I still didn't listen, I didn't even know their names, to be honest. But a little bit after that, which would be about a year ago, I saw some random commercial, I think it was on MTV, about the Kings and Queens music video, I think it was, and I don't even remember what it was about or what it was saying. I just remember seeing Jared, and I was like, is that the same guy from The Kill? He looks totally different, but I guess that is the same guy. So and I liked what they were showing, whatever it was, and I remember it piqued my interest, so I decided to look up more about them and figure out what they were, their names and what they were about. And so I was like, oh, I think I can really get the opportunity to like this band. So I kept listening to Beautiful Lie, and then I had a Tumblr back then, and I started a girl that I followed was an Echelon, so I got to see a lot more of the band because of her and her blog. I saw all of Jared's past hairstyles, I saw old interviews, I saw new interviews, quotes, everything, and the more I got to know them, the more I got to like them, and I heard their new songs and their old songs, and I fell in love. That's all I can really say, because I think getting to know them as people really was what kind of really brought me in, because they really are amazing people. obviously you guys know that. Like, I can't even stress that enough. But let's see. I didn't really plan this, so I could talk about, well, I'll talk about each member. Basically, Jared his mind is incredible, and like especially in the making of the Hurricane video, just like seeing him work and like seeing his mind run. He's like, I think that we should, and you can like see his mind racing as he like plans it all in his head, and it's just amazing because he's like, I got a vision for this, I got a vision for this, and we're gonna do it this way, and it's just incredible. That man is just so incredible and fantastic. He, like, creating is like breathing to him, like he said. He says he just like takes an idea and goes with it, and he always follows his dreams, like he said, and he's like the biggest inspiration in my life, like ever. It has nothing to do with looks at all, because if it were about looks, I would have been into 30 Seconds to Mars a long time ago, 4 years ago. But just like, he likes to go down the road not taken, and he's not afraid to do that, and he's not afraid to be himself. He's not afraid of what people are going to say if he does something, and he just amazes me so much. Plus his voice is just incredible, and he does a lot of things that he doesn't have to do, like the Puckle Pop incident, where him and the Mars guys were like giving out food and water and like comforting people and just listening to them, like, and when he brought up that girl on stage and kissed her on the cheek, like, they go out of their way to do so much, and it's just like, I'm in awe of him and the Mars guys all the time. They're really incredible. And Shannon. Shannon is such a goof. Like, I cannot even stress enough how many times he's made me smile when I've had like the shittiest day, and he can always get me to laugh, and he's just so mellow, and like, I really like that about people, when they're like chill with everything and they don't let things bother them. He's kind of like the calmness in the storm, because I know that like things can get stressful, and they all do a pretty good job of keeping their head, but I know like maybe Jared might get a little stressed or something, and Shannon will always be there to like kind of calm it down. And I've heard so many stories of when people meet him, he kind of just has like that aura where he calms everyone else and he makes them feel at ease, like they've known him forever. And come on, he wrote, I mean, I call it L490, but some people call it L490, but he wrote that, and it's an amazing, incredible, calming song. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, the fuck is this? But oh my god, I love that song now. I truly appreciate it. And Shannon is an incredible person. And Telmo, oh my god, I love Telmo so much. Like, back when I was first getting into Mars, like, I don't like guys with long hair, so I was like, oh, okay. But after getting to know Telmo, he's the most amazing person in the world and so incredibly adorable. Like, I hope to God that I find a guy like Telmo in my life, because he's really shown that that there's guys out there willing to treat a girl right, and that have girls that mean the world to them. They have people that they're willing to defend, you know, and people that they care about, and they're willing to show that they care about. Like, he's defended so many people on Twitter. Like, he's defended the Echelon, he's defended Jared, and just watching him do that, like that, he'll instantly defend anyone, and that's truly amazing. And Vicky, I know, like, she's just Telmo's wife, but she's also important to me as well, because as some of you may or may not know, I wrote letters to 30 Seconds to Mars, since I probably won't ever get to see them live, and it was just like basically expressing my feelings and like letting them know how much they mean to me. And they're going to be given to them at the Lake Tahoe show on September 4th, and someone on Tumblr saw them and tweeted them to everyone, including Vicky. And Vicky took the time to like read it, and she responded and said I was a strong girl and just I could talk to her whenever I needed someone to talk to. And she's a truly incredible girl. And I'm so happy that Tomo found her, and they're just like perfect for each other. And yeah. Let's see what else to talk about. Well, my letter to Mars basically is about how they've impacted me and how they saved me. I'm not going to go too much into this, but I've struggled with life at home and just like life in general. A lot of friends leaving me behind. Guys don't even want to go there. That's never gone well, and what can you do? And yeah, my family life. Basically it was all laying down on me a lot, and it still is, but a couple months ago I just really couldn't take it anymore, and it was the story that came on my iPod, and I'd never really like noticed that song that much, or like the lyrics or anything, but just the and I swear to God I'll find myself in the end. That was what made me stop and like pick myself up and just move on and know that it'll get better eventually. And I needed to stop like what I was doing, and it's still hard, and I still get upset a lot, to put it lightly, but I've just been so much better since bringing Mars into my life. Like, they're not easy, but they're easier, and I have them to thank for that, because I never thought a band would impact me so much. I never thought I'd feel such a closeness to the fans. Like, I literally don't feel alone anymore. I think without Mars in my life and the Echelon, I wouldn't be here, because I already feel like sad and alone enough on my own in my head. So with them in the picture, things have just been so much better, and I really can't thank them enough. And let's see, I think we're done with all the serious stuff. But if I met them, I would basically just say thank you. Like, that's really all I want to do, is just say thank you so much for all that they've done for me. And this is really long, so maybe if I talk about like favorite songs and stuff, that'll be a different video. So yeah, this is basically my story about 30 Seconds to Mars and how they've gotten into my life. So yeah, I really hope I get the chance to see them eventually, but them getting my letters is probably the best thing that's happening right now, because Jared does say that they read them, so I'm excited for September 4th. Yeah. Bye guys.